So this is going to turn into a talk about spot meters. Get a spot meter. Learn how to meter properly or correctly, or no, not proper. Standardize your metering. So for instance, under the boat there, in the picture, in my finished picture, I'm happy for that to be the darkest shadow with just a bit of detail. And that turns out to be zone 3. Now, well, I was going to say I'm not a complicated guy, but that's wrong. I'm complicated enough, and photography is hard enough without making things hard. So the way I do it is I work out which point in the scene I want to be the darkest shadow with detail. I meter that, I move the meter around until it's the darkest bit, right, to within a third of a stop maybe, and then I put that meter's on zone 5. You've seen me do the trick where I say, check your film speed. Okay, let me do it now. So that bit there meters. The darkest part is 8 2/3. Oh, the darkest part is 8 1/2. Okay, 8 1/2. So that bit there is 8 1/2. And then I usually do the thing where I say, okay, set your film speed to, make sure your film speed's set, mine's on 100. The meter reads on zone 5, move 8 1/2 down to zone 3, and you've got 1 second halfway between F32 and F45. Boom, that's it. You do that. You look at your negatives and you see whether that is actually where you want it to be. It could be a little bit dark, it could be a little bit thin, not dark. It could be a little bit thin, or it could be a little bit denser than what you want. You normally want it a little bit denser than what you want rather than this thin. If it's a bit thin, you downrate your film speed. You say, okay, I'm going to set my film to 80 now. You don't do anything else. You don't change your processing. You just downrate your film speed on your meter up to 80. You've given it a third of a stop. Downrate it to 64. You've given it 2/3 of a stop. I don't know if there's half a stop between 75. You could make a note somewhere to say, give it an extra half a stop. That's what you do. Take another picture, see how it goes. And pretty soon, you're going to be very consistent with your exposures. Great. Now here's what you do is, you might lose this, you might drop this, tragedy might happen, right? You sort of need a backup meter, don't you? So, meter this. Now let me, where are we? That's 8 1/2. I'm going to move it to the, just move it to the, if the light's moving up and down, I'll just set it on zone 5 here. Okay, get another meter. Okay, another meter. What do we have here? Now, the light's changing up and down, so I'm going to have to be putting a meter in exactly the same spot. So that's 8 2/3. That's 9. So this meter is reading 9. Okay? So if I did that, that would tell me that I actually need to stop down a bit more. So if I do this, I'm going to underexpose. So I need to get back to 8 1/2. Well, what did I say it was? I'm going to meter a rock there. There's a rock there that I'm going to meter. That's 8 2/3. This is 9. So it's a full third of a stop. So 8 2/3 is there. This is 9. Okay. I've got that. Can you see that? I have to adjust my film speed a third of a stop. And to get it to the right place, I have to rate it at 80. So what do? I put a note on the top of my meter that says, rate 100 at 80. What if I'm using 400 ASA film, 400 ISO film? That's a third of a stop. It's just a note to say, rate it a third of a stop slower, and then the exposure will work out. This one, I've said rate 100 at 100. Easy peasy. Let's go to my third one. Where's my 100 to 100? Here we go. So, oh, my light's changed significantly there. Oh, goodness me, can you see the light changing? Anyway, I've done this before. This one reads the other direction. So it says I've got to increase the film speed to a third of a stop more. So this one makes it overexpose. Okay, and that's it. Now, it doesn't matter which one I pick up, I should get very, very, very similar exposures. That's what I'll be testing today. That's just masking tape and black permanent marker. Fujinon W210 lens in copal shutter, the single coated version. I've tested both this version in copal and Seiko shutters, and they appear to have the same image circle. I mention that because the 180mm lens doesn't have the same image circle between copal and Seiko shutters. Yep, there you go. I know it's a bit technical, but when you're playing around with 8x10 with lenses that were never really made for 8x10, every millimetre of circle makes a big difference. Okay, and according to my chart here, make sure you tighten that up, Fawn. Good, 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 good. I normally forget that. According to my chart here, the 210 lens is the equivalent of a 32mm lens. And I have 23, 24mm of rise. Now that's raw rise, I call it. I've probably got close to 30mm, depending on how and where I do it. Okay. Here we go. Woohoo. Of course I like my woohoo. I'm not going to shine flug or anything with that. I'm just going to do it straight on. Stop down well. Okay, I'm just going to focus on the boat there. And that writing's pretty easy to focus on. Okay, light meters. Maybe I should do random light meters just to see how it works, eh? Let's take some. Let's do some of this light metery stuff. Where am I going to meter? Right in there is too dark. That's just like black hole stuff. That lighter patch there might be fine, but I could meter that. So I'm going to compare that darker area with that area there. That's where I'm going to meter. Let's see how we go. So this meters my 125 ISO one. Sorry, I still say ASA. And that's 7. And then I'm going to put it on zone 3 straight away. 1 second F, 2232. Okay, this is the 100 ISO one. I think the light's just changed, has it? You know what, I'm going to change this one back to 100, this other one. Because it's like within a sixth of a stop, and I fudge a sixth of a stop. So I'm going to take this off. Just going to leave it as 100. Well, so I've got 2 meters that read almost exactly the same. I'm happy about that. There you go. Now it's the third one. I'm going to have the. Now the light just changed. That's okay because we're comparing meters. Okay, so I'm watching the light change to the light meter. I'm watching the meter dial sag. 7 1/3. 7 2/3. 7 1/6. No. 7 1/3. 7 2/3. So this one's 7 2/3. This is my set to 80, and that gives me 7 1/3. Set it to 100. So that gives me 1 second, 1611. There we go. 1 second, 32:22 when it's on zone 3. 1 second, 22 when it's on zone 3. So I shouldn't be making mistakes with my metering anymore. Very good. Let me put some of these away. So my light's definitely changed. Stop. 7. So I'm talking 2 seconds of 32 now. And I better move quickly before it changes again. Which means I've got to put the camera, I've got to put the shutter on the bulb. And 2 seconds goes to 5 seconds. Let's do this. Now check everything's locked down. Yep. Can you see me? Bail back. It's nice, isn't it? There we go. See how easily that slips in there? Then it gets held in place just right. Okay, 5 seconds. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Easy peasy, huh? Okay. Should I use another lens while I'm here? Nah, that'll do. Okay.